Hello, and welcome back to Terraria 1.3. I'm your host, Dead Videos, and I'm hanging out in the basement with Rags. Rags the Goblin Tinker. Today, we're going to be fighting the Eater of Worlds, who is the corruption boss. So that ought to be fun. But first, we're going to talk to Rags, and we're going to spend some of our absolute crap loads of money, and we're going to reforge some of our items. Like the Spectre boots we got. I actually already clicked this once, off camera, and got wild because they were just normal Spectre boots before. We want something a little bit better than that. 3% damage, that's alright. We can take that one. Hard frog leg, hard shielded. Let's reforge the frog leg. Yeah, it's 1 gold. Violent frog leg. Our sword's already pretty fast. Let's try something different. Hasty? Yeah, sure, why not? Arcane. I like having that because we use Water Bolt a lot. The Hard Shield Cthulhu, how much does that cost? Wow, that's nothing. There's nothing to reforge that. Well, there you go. We got the best one possible right off the bat. That's 4 extra defense, so 22 to 28, because the shield itself also provides 2 defense. As insane amount of defense. So what about the Royal Gel? How much does that cost? Oh, a lot more. Fleeting. Brisk. Really? We'll take it. Besides, we're running out of money here. We're down to 56 gold, people. Also, I threw the negative die onto the Shield of Cthulhu just to try and break up the pattern a little bit of the armor we had. Wow, this is amazing. I am going to remove this trapdoor, by the way, because it is really difficult to get in and out of. There's a butterfly down there. Why is there a butterfly in here? I'm going to catch you. How are you in the house? That's what I want to know. You're just a monarch butterfly. Stash you in here for now. Oh, as well as the birds I had from running around outside. Let's see. I already made a heart lantern and a campfire for the arena. And, let's see. Got a piggy bank here. Got 989 wood. I think we're ready to go. Just need to put this item here I just bought from the traveling merchant away. If you remember, this and a few other items, make the toolkit that it basically increases everything to do with building. So I think we are more or less ready to fight, although actually there is one more thing I want to check, and that is, well, we're doing pretty good on our potion supply here. I do want to check on Shiverthorns, by the way. They will never stop blooming. Once they start blooming, you can just leave them there until you're ready to actually harvest them. We did pick up 1 Fire Blossom from our short time in Hell. We want to get Fire Blossom seeds, but that's difficult at the best. And if you may have figured it out, Fire Blossom is the last plant that we're waiting on for up top there. We have here we go, Armored Cave Fish. That's what I want here. Actually, to be fair, we don't even need to do that. We can just, because we have the crafting window open as well as the chest open, we can just look through everything. Oh, hey, look. We can make the gender change potion. That takes 1 of every single plant. And it's actually kind of cool. You use it once and it doesn't actually wear off like other potions. It changes your gender permanently. You can use another one, though, and change it back if you end up not liking changing your gender for whatever reason. Here we go. This is what we want. The Endurance Potion. It's just an Armored Cave Fish and a Blink Root. And it reduces your damage taken by 10%. Doesn't really add any defense, it just adds endurance, which is really nice. Let's see, Recall Potion, Wormhole Potion, Ammo Reservation, the Flipper Potion, Mining Potion, Sonar Potion. Oh yeah, Water Leaf Coral. We need to go back to the ocean and get more coral. Danger Sense, Builder, Hunter, Water Walking, Night Owl, Shine, Invisibility, Spelunker, Iron Skin. I think we're good on pretty much everything else. If we can make thorns, that'd be nice, but we can't. One of the ingredients is cactus. Let's go find out why we can't make it, shall we? Potion. It requires, Deathweed, Wormtooth, and a Stinger. Yes, that's quite difficult to get a hold of, actually. I'm sure I've heard someone somewhere say that Thorns potions are cheap. I don't know what kind of shit they were smoking, because it's definitely not cheap. We don't need cobweb in our inventory. Why didn't that get stacked? Or stone, for that matter. Actually, no, we don't need stone either. What we do need is we're going to be buying some heavy-duty terrain rearrangement items from the Demolitionist. Where is he? He's out front. Let's see. I've also been doing some fishing off screen, the fishing quests and whatnot. There we go. 20 dynamite. And head down to the Demolitionist room. See what we've got in here. We really don't have that many bombs left. We had such a huge stockpile of bombs, and now we have nothing. So, yeah, like I said, we're gonna be fighting. Oh, there's one more thing. We're gonna be fighting the Eater of Worlds, and there are a couple ways to go about it. And the way I'm going to be doing it is the spiky ball and water bolt method, which is essentially you fight the Eater of Worlds in a confined space. He bounces back and forth around in a room, and you fill the entire room with water bolts and spiky balls, both of which are things that penetrate and will deal damage multiple times. And it will absolutely shred him to pieces. I think we're actually a little bit over-geared for this fight, but, you know, that's how we seem to be doing things in this series, is over-gear or no gear. That's how we're doing it. Over-geared or nothing. We can't break Evanstone, because that takes a Demonite pick. That one is the one we want. We'll just head on over here. You can also summon the Eater of Worlds by breaking Shadow Orbs, which is something we might actually end up doing. Because I'm not sure if there are enough Eater... Oh, jeez. Okay. You gotta still have to be somewhat careful when you're going down here. There we go. Just let those light our path a little bit, you know? The way you would farm the Eater of Worlds, which we actually might end up doing, although we are in expert mode, so he is much tougher than normal. As far as I know, the Eater of Worlds just has an HP buff, and I believe he spits now at you as well. But overall, not actually that much tougher. We definitely want to get this area well lit before we summon him down here. Let's see. Oh, there are two of them right there. That's useful. Okay, so the water here does slow us down. It's going to be a bit of an issue here. Is that even a Shadow Orb, or is that, like... Yes, this water is going to be providing us an issue. Oh, hey, look, a crab statue. That does the same thing we saw a while back, which was spawn infinite crabs. Because who doesn't want infinite crabs? There you go. That little stretch right there was a pretty decent place to fight him. There's no water there. Normally you might prepare a arena to fight the Eater of Worlds, but I don't know. I just don't quite feel like doing that. Alright, let's get into this one first. We'll need some sticky dynamite for this. Oh, shit. Well, that's one dynamite down. I wouldn't say waste it. Yes, I would say waste it. All it took out was snow and ice. Can we reach that from in here? Damn. We're so close, which means we're gonna have to waste another one. Oh yeah, wait. Can't. I always forget that we can't be hurt by slimes. I always forget that. Do we need another dynamite for this? Yeah, let's do it. We didn't bring any bombs with us because we're idiots. So we have to use our biggest explosives. Sorry, slime. What did we end up getting out of that? Oh, it's exactly what I wanted. A Vile Thorn. Fantastic. As a, for those of you that don't know, oh jeez, allow me to educate you on what the Eater of Worlds is. The Eater of Worlds is a giant worm, and he functions about the same as pretty much any other worm does in this game. So the Devourer, the Giant Worm, the Tomb thing, I can't remember what the hell that thing's called. The desert version of worms. I'm pretty sure we've seen at least one of those in this game. But they all function about the same. And honestly, they're not really that dangerous, worms, that much. They can be. They absolutely can be. If you let them be, essentially. But I mean, you saw that one water bolt almost completely killed that Devourer. And if I just fill this room with water bolts, when he comes through, he dies instantly, without me having to lift a finger. That is essentially what we're going to be doing to the Eater of Worlds. Although we're going to be fighting him in a relatively confined space, it's recommended that you don't usually fight him in a confined space unless you're doing the water bolt method. Like, the water bolt method is pretty much the only way you can get away with fighting him in a confined space. We're actually going to take some Evanstone we blew up, and we are going to block this off. Once again, the Shield of Cthulhu is not very conducive to building. Bye, Eater of Worlds. You can stay down there, for all I care. We're also going to be making this room a little bit bigger and blocking it off from this angle, although we will be making a way out for us. We are going to be blocking it off here. Oh, shit. We can't get out of this, can we? Actually, yeah, we can if we do that. Can we get back in? That's the question. No, we can't. You can get out, though. Bastard. Let's see. I should have used something else. Regardless, I need to make this area bigger anyway, so we might as well just start chucking dynamite, shall we? Besides, I also need to get down to that shadow orb right there. So, when we destroy this shadow orb, it will summon the Eater of Worlds, because this is our third shadow orb that we've broken in this world. The only thing is that these demon altars won't be destroyed by anything. So we're also going to prep the area. Let me block this off. What I should have done is block this off with something that can't be turned into Evanstone. So, there you go. Now we're sealed in, or we're sealed in with the Eater of Worlds, or more likely he's sealed in with us. And we're standing in more or less the center. Oh, hang on, I need to block this off too. I'm trying to make it so Eaters of Souls can't get in here, essentially. That's my main concern. Although I do have the banner there to make myself a little bit stronger against them in the event they do get in here. I'm also just going to bomb this out of existence so that we have more room to actually maneuver while fighting this guy. Although horizontal space is more important than vertical space, it's, you know, nice to have both. At least a little bit of both. Although I will say it is very annoying trying to build anything when you have to move around demon altars. Because you can't destroy demon altars. At least not in pre-hard mode. So we're actually going to add some platforms in here. And we should have brought the cactus for this, but, you know, whatever. We do what we have to do. To add some platforms in here. The holes are so that we can see where he's coming from. But I'm mostly keeping the terrain about the same way it was, so that we don't get bogged down, and so that we can run side to side very quickly, with very little actual terrain management here. So you can see now there's nothing stopping us from running side to side. Although there is here, so let's correct that, shall we? There we go, that ought to do it. Actually, leave that still a little bit slow. Yeah, that will still slow us down, so we need to do that. And that. There we go. That'll work for there. Actually, if we do that, that actually is a little bit better. There we go. This area I'm not going to worry about so much. Again, the holes are so that we can see him coming from above a little bit. Just a little bit. Doesn't have to be too much. Nor does this have to be a very clean arena, so to speak. Get out of here, you. Although we are pretty much set to go, so let's do this. That may actually take it out, so if it does, we'll have to be prepared to press B and drink all our buffs. Okay, it didn't. It did also remove the water all the way down from there, which is nice. And I can do this, and block it off with a platform. Excellent. Alright. Are we ready to do this? I think we're ready. Let's wait for our debuff here to wear off. In fact, let's actually do this. There we go. Now we don't have to worry about the water. Alright, so, oh, also one more thing we do need to do. We need to put up a heart lantern. Put this somewhere in the middle-ish. Say, there's about good. And the campfire that we brought with us. Now, just want to double check that gets us both from pretty much the entire arena. It doesn't have to be the entire arena, but most of it. There we go. Alright, so that gets us from both sides. Alright, we ready to do this? I think we're ready. Actually, there is one more thing. I keep forgetting this. We need to fill the entire area with spiky balls. These will hurt him as he moves past them. It will do this with any enemy. So if you want to use these during goblin invasions, or during any invasion, really, or slime rain, or Eye of Cthulhu, you can use these for any boss. And there's nothing really like them until very late hard mode. So go nuts with them. I don't believe there's a limit on how many can exist in the world at once. I mean, I'm sure there's a limit, but I've never hit it personally. They'll only do a couple hits worth of damage to him, but they will do, what, they do 15 damage? That's better than a shuriken. Yeah, shurikens do 10. So that tells you roughly how much damage they do. They do 5 more than a shuriken. So, just a few more, and then we're ready to go, I think. Oh, something got in here and got killed immediately. Alright, let's do this. And we can completely fill the area with our water bolts, although he's not dead yet. There we go. Don't forget to drink your potions, of course. We've got him on the ropes now. He's very little of him left. And we got some mana back, so let's cast more water bolts, shall we? If you can cast them right into his face, that'll do a lot of damage. Like when he comes at you like that, you can cast them straight into his face and it'll do massive damage. So unlike most worms, he splits into multiple parts when you kill part of his pieces. When you kill his pieces, he splits into multiple parts. There we go, we got him. Yes! And there we go, we got him. He is no longer alive. He no longer exists. Although it can be kind of annoying, is all of his little pieces do drop loot individually, so you have to go around your arena and pick up all of his little individual pieces of loot. We did get a treasure bag from him. I'm curious as to what that is, because pre 1.3, he didn't drop anything special. There was nothing special from him that you could get, other than kind of normal things. We also got a violent band of star power from the from the shadow orb. That's the word I was looking for. And let's see what's in the treasure bag, shall we? Violent worm scarf, demonite ore, shadow scales, and 7 silver. Amazing. What does this worm scarf do? Reduces damage taken by 17%. Ooh. So it doesn't actually add defense, but it does, in a way, add defense. It reduces damage by 17%. That's pretty insane, actually. I'm not sure what we would get rid of for that. Maybe the tsunami in a bottle? Maybe. The expert items are pretty damn awesome. I do like that. So there we go. We killed him in less than 2 minutes because our well-fed buff still exists. If we can find enough shadow orbs down here to summon him again, I think there are actually enough. The question is, do we have enough dynamite to get there? That will destroy my platforms, but I'm not concerned about that. Actually, we're going to leave that one for last, because if we... Did he die down there? Part of him? Actually, there's one more thing I want to do. There's one thing I want to do real quick before we try and fight him again. And that's come home. And we want to smelt all of the demonite we got from him. So we got 167 demonite ore from him. That's Pretty insane, actually. We can make a lot of weaponry out of this. Make leather. That's from rotten chunks that you get from Eaters of Souls. You can make Goliath's Bane, which is it's an okay sword. You will want to make this eventually. If you're a melee character, you will want it eventually. First thing we want, Nightmare Pickaxe. That is... Oh, look, we got a... How appropriate, we got a demonic Nightmare Pickaxe. It is the next level of pickaxe, and it is able to mine Hellstone, which is the stuff that's in Hell, as one might imagine. Meaning, it can mine everything. Basically, it can mine anything you can possibly want. At least at the moment. There's nothing at the moment you can want that you don't. There's nothing in the moment. There's nothing pre-hard mode that it can't mine. Essentially, is what I'm saying. And then, genuinely, I don't know where to go from there. Because, I mean, you might want the Light's Bane, but, I mean, that does 18 damage. It's very fast. It's got average knockback. But the Hurtful Falcon Blade we have does 35 damage. So, yeah, it's kind of ridiculous if you think about it like that. I suppose, actually, we could use the Demonite to make Shadow Armor, which takes 15 Demonite, 25 Demonite, and 20 Demonite. We will want it eventually, so we're going to start making it. Even if we can't get it. Although, actually, we might have enough Demonite left over from when we killed the Eye of Cthulhu. No, we don't. We only have 2 Demonite bars. Of course, because we made the Rapid Demon Bow. But I believe we actually ended up making 2 Demon Bows? No, we only made 1 Demon Bow. We made the Fisher of Souls was the other thing that we made with it. So there we go. Quick stack all our items back. Yeah. Obviously, most of our potions aren't going to last us that long. Last us to another fight. But we do have enough to go for another round, essentially. Although, I do want to find out. We have 4 Vile Mushrooms and 13 Rotten Chunks. If we equip these now, I believe it actually decreases our defense because we'll lose the set bonus. Yeah, it does decrease our defense, which is not what we want. We will stash this here for further use soon. We just need the chest plate. That's all we need. The Worm Scarf is pretty nice, though. Let's see. And also, if you notice, when we were going through the arena after we killed him, pretty much all of our spiky balls were gone. In fact, I believe all of them were gone. So there you go. He rapidly consumed all of the spiky balls that we put down. Even though it seemed like we took way too long to put all those down, he consumed them all almost immediately. Let's see. We've got the Demonite bars, we've got the Vile Mushrooms. We can turn that into Vile Powder. This is not going to be enough, unfortunately. If you have enough Vile Powder and Rotten Chunks, you can actually, as I'll demonstrate here, you can make Worm Food, which summons the Eater of Worlds. You need 30 Vile Powder and 15 Rotten Chunks, which is not overly easy to get, actually. That many Rotten Chunks and Vile Powder. Vile Powder is pretty easy. You just need to find the Vile Mushrooms in the Corruption, and it's really simple. The Rotten Chunks, on the other hand, you need to kill Eaters of Souls for them, and they don't drop them all the time, nor do they drop very many of them. So you'll want to bring battle potions, water candles, whatever you can do to basically spawn more Eaters of Souls. And that means also removing any sunflowers, removing anything that might slow them down. You want as many as possible to come to you, so you can get as many Rotten Chunks as possible. See? There you go, Rotten Chunk. The problem is our corruption here is partially in a snow biome, which means there's less area for the Vile Mushrooms to actually spawn, because they will only spawn on corrupted grass. Which means at some point we may actually remove most of the snow to make it better for farming Rotten Chunks here. Alright, I'm gonna go break some Shadow Orbs, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we're back in our prepared arena here, and we're ready to fight him again. Let's see, we've got all of our potions lined up. We don't have a Night Owl potion this time, but that's not overly important. I mean, it did make it easier to see, but again, it's not that overly important. Although we are going to fill the arena with spike balls once again. You will also notice that this time, as you may have noticed when we were in the house, this time I brought mana potions. So I will be able to just spam water bolts at him all day, every day. Mana potions, you can drink them continuously, unlike health potions. However, they do have their own downside, like health potions do. So health potions, you can only drink them once every 45 seconds. Or a minute. 45 seconds is with an accessory. But you can only drink them once every minute or so. And so, really that limits the amount of health regen you're going to get from them. and mana potions have something similar, but not quite. You can drink as many mana potions in a row as you want, but the more mana potions you drink, the weaker your spells get. So when you drink a mana potion, here, let me demonstrate. I've got lots of spares. You get the mana sickness debuff, which means it reduces your mana damage, or any magical spells you do cause less damage, and will function as such. As the potion timer or the sickness timer wears off, you get more of your damage back, which is nice. So it scales downwards as it goes. However, if you drink another one before it completely finishes, it actually stacks the effect. So you can, in theory, if you drink too many mana potions, I think it reduces you down to like 50% damage if you spam mana potions continuously. Like, so for example, if you have something that consumes all of your mana in one shot, which is unlikely. But if you continue to drink mana potions, it'll get ever lower. The other thing we did get is a Vile Thorn. Just seeing which one of these is better. We just got another one from the other Shadow Orb I just broke. We also got a musket. Not that great, considering we've already abandoned guns. But, you know, what works, it works. What works, works. And the Vile Thorn is very nice. It hits enemies, it goes into walls and actually hits through walls, which is pretty nice. So it's great against worms, for example, the Eater of Worlds, although we are doing a different method, which is actually slightly better. Because you'll notice the Vile Thorn does 11 damage, the Water Bolt does 20. Yeah. And there we go. Let's start the mana, or the barrage of Water Bolts, as it were. Oh, also, drinking our buffs would be nice. Gotta remember to actually drink your mana potions, which is... Drink your mana potions, kids. That actually area over there is actually really good for grinding this Eater of Worlds here. One thing you'll notice is my mana is going back up without me having to drink mana potions. That is because his bits, essentially, as you kill them, drop mana stars, those little blue mana stars that regenerate your mana. And if you kill them fast enough, like that, it basically gives you perpetual mana, which is pretty fantastic, actually. I'm pretty sure we're only going to get the same thing out of the treasure bag, another worm scarf, but you know what? It's definitely worth checking it out. I don't know if you can sell these things, but they're definitely nice to have. Fleeting worm scarf, and more shadow scales, and more demonite. That was 57 demonite. I will absolutely take that any day. Basically, it's like fighting the Eater of Worlds again for that much demonite. And there you go. That's everything from him, pretty much, that we possibly need. Let's get the hell out of here, shall we? We don't have the worm fruit or the vile mushrooms to summon him again, unfortunately. But, you know, that's just how it goes. Yeah, no, we would need one more vile mushroom. Oh well. You can only do so much. So let's smelt those demonite bars, get our chest plate, and be done. There we go. Need to go to the anvil. You can also make a yo-yo, which is definitely new. I've never seen that before. 17 melee damage. That's much better than the wooden yo-yo. I'll tell you that much. And if it's the only two yo-yos in between, that's kind of harsh to yo-yo users. You have to go all the way to the corruption to get to the next yo-yo. That's pretty ridiculous. We need the shadow scale mail. And now we can equip the full suit of shadow armor. And our defense goes from 36 to 35. What? Really? 36 to 35. Huh. So the shadow armor doesn't... the thing is, the platinum armor gives a defense set bonus. The shadow armor does not. The shadow armor increases your movement speed and your melee speed. So each piece of the armor increases your melee speed by 7%. And when you have this full set bonus, you get 15% increased movement speed, which is actually really nice, as one might imagine. Couple that with, you know, the Spectre boots, or Hermes boots, or Sailfish boots, or Flurry boots, or whatever boots you have that make you run super fast. And it's pretty great, actually. However, it does provide a little bit less defense, which is actually kind of funny. It provides one less defense than the full suit of platinum armor. That's kind of funny, actually. Why does that bunny seem too shiny to me? Anyway, so that is everything from the Eater of Worlds. And now, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. So we have this worm scarf here. We should see how much this worm scarf sells for. 1 gold, 44 silver. So about a gold per worm scarf, which is not bad. But I mean, considering it reduces damage by 17%, I figured it would be worth a little bit more than that. Do we want to switch out one of our accessories for the worm scarf? It's kind of tempting to do it for the royal gel, but the fact that every slime becomes friendly, that's just, it's too good, honestly, I think, to give that one up. Well, I think that's been it for this episode of Terraria. We killed the Eater of Worlds twice, and put shame to the corruption, methinks. So, until next time, I've been Dead Videos. I hope you have a pleasant morning, evening, afternoon, and good night.